Good morning, my name's Ryan Littlestone from forexflow.live. Welcome to a sort of late week this week with the UK bank holiday yesterday. And we're straight back into it with another bout of dollar weakness hitting some of these core pairs. We had the big Jackson Hole last week, which really had the Fed not delivering as much as perhaps what the market expected, but what it did get was that they moved to some form of average inflation targeting, a bit loose on the details of how they're actually going to calculate it. More a case they're just going to let it wander higher for a bit and then see about moving rates, as well as keeping a close eye on the jobs market and seeing how that does in tandem with the inflation picture. So one of the pairs that we're looking at today is the pound versus the dollar cable, as we like to call it. And we're seeing a continuation of this pretty bullish move that we've been seeing of late. It's really not stopping anywhere. But we do have a big level up here at 135. This has been a big level that's been in a lot of traders' eyes since Brexit to see if any bounce can get up that high. And we got up there previously. But if we look at the weekly chart, we can see how big this trend is from sort of late last year, rising right up, and we're going to be hitting into that 135 area, and this is going to be a big level. Now, what I'm looking for particularly at the moment is to see whether that level holds or not. I'm tempted to try a short into the level just to see if it holds first time, or even if it puts in a more permanent top there. So I think it's good for potentially a first time hit to see what happens if we get a little bit of retracement there. Above there, we're coming into some of this longer term tech now. So we're moving away from the shorter term pictures and we're looking at the wider screens. As I'm looking here at the weekly chart, we can see we've got some big fib levels coming in, some long term fib levels, as well as some big trend lines coming in. So when we look at this long term tech, you know, it's worth keeping an eye on, worth paying attention to, because of late we have been sort of shrunk down to the smaller time frames. You can tend to miss the bigger picture, so it's always worth widening out the charts, coming out to the wider time frames, just to see what's about, because that can play into the tech levels that we look at. Now, if we look at it from a shorter term basis, we look at the 15-minute chart, we can see how the price has been progressing over the last couple of days or so. You know, it's really been stepping up, and that's a real strong sign. It's a strong signal on a rally, particularly because you get a point where the market rallies, then we find some decent support on any pullbacks, and it's not too big on the dips. Then it rolls again. Then we find another support level. Then it runs again. And that's what we've got here stepping up at the moment. So for today's trading, we're looking at sort of these mid 134s. Obviously, one eye on the 135 above. But it's pretty much the big figures that are the main support points at the moment. We've got one round about the 134 level, sort of just small intraday at the moment. We'll see if that develops. Then we come down to sort of the 133, 50, 60 area as another level. Then it's down at 133. So these are the points I look at. If you're looking to jump on the bandwagon and get onto longs, these are the sort of levels you want to look at, but don't give them too much room. If you find they're breaking very easily, you don't want to have a big stop on that. So you wouldn't be running a 30, 40, 50 pip stop on any one of these levels. Maybe 15, 20 pips at most. If it breaks below that, then perhaps this current trend is over for the time being, if not temporarily. So that's what to look at the short-term chart. If we just flick back to the weekly chart once more, looking at the high side, we've got the 38.2 fib of the 2013-2014 drop. That's up at 136, so again around a big figure. So, as I say, good luck for this week. Keep an eye on these big levels and the longer term tech, and let's see how we do.